I want to add value to Waco. I want to be known, not necessarily famous, but known for doing something good. I wanted it to be a place where energy is exchanged almost, So having it to be something very social, you come in there and you hear this conversation going on, and not only conversation, it's conversation that you can be a part of.
So I asked, what's our measure of success? And they're like, well, because we will put people in prison. I'm like, okay, well, say you can't. Say you have a case where you've got 5 girls that are sex trafficking victims, and you can't arrest him because you can't build a good enough case for whatever reason, but you get him out. Did you succeed? Of course you did.
I grew up in Greece, so when I was first born, we lived with my grandparents, and it was my parents, my oldest brother and I were in one bedroom with my grandparents in another bedroom in their house. It was nice growing up. You had the freedom to roam the streets and go wherever you want.
We were trying to have a place to worship. You don't come out here to enforce our belief on people. Come out here to acknowledge that we are the same people. We had no different agenda. That's what we do.
It's not the day in and day out. It's when you see all of the employees that are really excelling and moving up, and you could be the best of the best in your job, and that's perfectly fine. But it's really exciting when you see them grow and they want to move up in the ranks. And
sometimes the people have bad days, and when you smile and say, hey, good morning, how are you? Be nice with the people. The people change the motion.
I started driving buses in 1979 for WISD. It's never a dull moment. There's always something going on. And the route that I have now, I would drive 10 hours a day over there at Baylor on the red route, and I just pick up the kids at University Parks, and those kids, I love them all.
one day I just come out here to sell, to get rid of a bunch of junk, and I had a lot of movies. A lot of people like my variety, and I've actually been here probably a little over 20 years.
A friend of mine told me about Jimmy's class. He taught poverty of Waco at the time, and so I took his class, and through that you have to do 30 hours of volunteering. And so I actually started volunteering with the youth program. So that's kind of how I got exposed to Mission Waco and what Mission Waco does. It's a very fun job.
When I was 5 years old, my dad came out to the airport, gotten out of the Air Force. He was an aircraft mechanic. So he came to the Waco Regional Airport. There was a guy named Marion Rutledge, kind of took him under his wings and taught him everything about aviation. And so I grew up in it from the time I was 5 years old, and I've just been here since.